750 in pocket knives. 3 different blades, 3 different challenges. The Tenderfoot won't clamp, or this aggressively angled plunge line gets in the way, or this expensive handle and thumb screws become an issue. I guess I'm starting 2026 broke. All right, let's grind.
Wanted to offer you a cool perspective of these knives. This is how they sit, or how they came into the shop. Look at the colors. That Primitive Bear handle really is something else. But yeah, we've got a few challenges. We'll work through them. Oh man, trying to get some of these thumb studs off of these knives. I don't know, they must weld them on.
Oh wow, I just snapped my bit.
Yep, snap one bit and twisted another. So I need to get some more bits. This small knife jig by Tormek is actually a really genius little device they made. It's very easy to use too. Just get your handle in there and line everything up to that clamp bar there, nice and straight. You'll be pleased with the results. This Primitive Bear handle is such a cool handle, so we got to do everything we can to protect it. I like this athletic adhesive tape. It's not too sticky, so you don't get residue all over the knife, but it adds a really nice protective padding for those sharp CBN wheel edges. Well, here it is. Buddy helped me improve my knife jig length setter. This is our 2.0, and I absolutely love this thing. It makes setting knives up so quick. It's really easy. You just, find the middle of the blade and the high spot, and there's a little illustration to help you visualize what I'm talking about.
Primitive Bear Gecko in MagnaCut.
Man, what do you think of this blade? Isn't it cool looking? I absolutely love MagnaCut. One of the challenges here is starting to grind as close to the choil as possible, but that angled plunge line is not making it easy on me. I don't want to kiss it and ruin it.
It's very difficult to get down here in the choil. So I think what I'm going to do, this is grit 200. It's a little aggressive. I think I'm just going to play in front of it in the safe zone. And then when we get to 800, I'm going to try to blend.
Yeah, so we'll just tackle this when we get to the grit 800 wheel. It's a lot less risk involved.
Once we're edge trailing, I'll be able to see my exact contact with the wheel. Right now I'm kind of grinding blind.
And dude, I can't wait to show you what I'm talking about when it comes to using the wake of the water to be able to see your contact. It's gonna blow your mind. I mean, if you're a nerd like me, it's gonna blow your mind. Otherwise, I'm probably just embarrassing myself. But man, look at these shots. I got the color balance just dialed right now. Look how beautiful that is. Our midtones are just popping. Beautiful shot. I love this.
The only reason I'm doing grit 200 right now is to develop a burr. I feel it. Yeah, we're good.
And boom, it's time to, oh boy, look at that point. Absolutely beautiful. Time to get started on the Benchmade. Now this blade's usually an easy one to sharpen, but this one came in with its own set of challenges. Here we're using our Sharpie just to make sure we got the right angle, which we do. It's grind time. Someone went over the plunge line, and here I am. I'm decided I'm gonna go over it as well and just clean. So I have a nice cohesive looking grind, even though I'm technically doing the wrong thing here. Another beautiful shot. And I'm getting good at these videos.
All right, let's talk about this situation real quick here. Okay, so when this knife came in, you could see that tall grind here all the way on the left side of the heel. The reason that was there, someone went too far. They went beyond the flat zone of the plunge line. So they were either using a fixed flat stone system. They could have been using a whetstone. Could have been using what I'm using, but they went too far. When you're standing over this thing, over this knife, you can actually see a shadow. And I can see right here, the edge of the wheel is on the edge of the flat. So if this was brand new in mint condition, this is where I would have started. But I'm going to be going over this way just to try to blend it and clean it and make it look nice. I did it in the very beginning when I started on this section. Just did a couple little passes, and now I'm going to do a couple more. That's it. Just to make that grind all look cohesive, even though it's not right.
And I'm glad I made the decision to do this because it did turn out a lot better. Now it's time to swap out the wheels and let's get to grinding Grit 800 CBN. You see what I see? Look at the stone. Here, let me zoom in for you. You can actually see the exact contact point. Where on the wheel, right now it's really wide because it's a flat area. But as we run into the belly, it gets a lot thinner.
Well, apparently I may not have been shooting that whole time. So we're going to do one more pass each time. I've reduced the angle by 0.2 of a degree. My goal here is to thin the burr, ultimately, minimize the burr, okay? I'm also trying to remove plastic steel that was created during that grinding process. So there's going to be no additional weight, just the weight of the knife. In fact, sometimes I wonder if I'm lifting the weight instinctually. The handle's covered, so I can go all the way this way. I'm rubbing the handle right now. You guys see that line? You ever seen that before? Nope, you haven't, because I've looked everywhere on the internet for it. No one has figured this out. Once you can see your exact contact point on the Tormix system, like you're seeing right here, right now, this unlocks a whole new level of precision that's unseen. How is this happening? Why is this happening? Well, number one, edge trailing. Number two, CBN, electroplated CBN wheels. Got a really thin layer of water on there. And number three, I cleaned these wheels just recently using penetrating oil and some brushes, and it turned my surface hydrophobic, as you can see right here, right now. How cool is that? Really allows you to control your tempo just perfectly because you know where your contact is. Who's surprised at how little contact you have at any given time? Even chef's knives. Best part about this, if there's a bend in the blade, you see a gap. You'll see the line on one side, the other side, and nothing in between. That's because there's a bend in the blade. And oh my goodness, you would be surprised at how many knives are bent.
My wife, Tanya, she refers to this knife as her little cutie. She just absolutely loves it. But someone's going to have to save
How
up some of their
freaking cool
money
is
or
that?
sacrifice a purse for this thing. It's a cool little knife, though. I do. I like the little 3-finger grip. They did a good job on it. I don't know. For me, though, I don't see that it's going to add a lot of value outside of just being part of the collection. Cool little knife, though. And we can see exactly where we're grinding, which I love. And here we are. Got my new spacer. And we are removing the burr. At this point, I went back to my original angle. And this leather wheel's been impregnated or infused with 3-micron diamond. And it does an awesome job of removing or minimizing the burr. I've got some guys in the Discord discussing if we actually remove burrs at all, or are we only minimizing? You'd have to look at some of these shots under an electron microscope.
I'm gonna ride that spot and just kind of see if I can blend it a little bit. I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to live with it. Unless he's really good friends with a dentist who can get in there and do something about that. All right. This is the Tenderfoot. Boy, we're shaving. Make a wish. All right, Primitive Bear Gecko. Make a wish. Our Benchmade. Woo, boy. Make a wish. Man, I really like the handle on this Primitive Bear. It's one of those, you know what I mean? If you had to. Oh, this thing is just powerful feeling. Before I go any further, our friends at KFMK are donating, giving away a free 1x30 belt wheel combo grinder. You want to join in on the fun? Comment below, and in the pinned comments, join the Discord, DM me, KFMK, and I'll put you in the drawing. We're going to do the drawing on January 30th. Woo, boy. I love sharpening knives. I just love it. Gonna probably end up taking a closer look at this tomorrow and seeing if there's anything else I can do to make it look a little bit more pretty. But yeah, these things are whisker popping sharp.